Good evening, Sven here from Common Sense Survival, and I've done this video about 4 times now, and if I get interrupted again, I might have to hurt somebody. Okay, hey, tonight we're going to do a little review on the Solo Stove Titan. Awesome, 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 awesome. Titan. Okay, enough of the special effects. I got this here about a week ago, and did a lot of reviews on this before I did make this purchase, and I was not disappointed. And I hope if you buy this or purchase one of these stoves, I don't think you'll be disappointed either. So, just my opinion. Real quick, let's see here. Comes in at just about over a pound, 16.6 ounces. The diameter is 5.1 inches. The height of the stove itself, there that bad boy is 5.6 inches. And with the nice cook ring, 7.9 inches. Get that over there. Plug the old Solo stove because, hey, guess what? Common Sense Survival says they outdid themselves with their complete design, construction. Thumbs up, Solo stove. So anyway, let's get to it. I got my Solo Stove Titan the other day. Woo! Just in time for hurricane season, earthquakes, and all that. Gonna survive because this is a biomass stove. You can, let's get that sign over there. You can burn about anything in this, from toilet paper to 2x4s. Now, I'm a little bit, I missed my calling with the comedian. Forgive me. So anyway, all stainless steel construction, beautifully designed, very nice. The pot stand nests very nicely for traveling in your pack. Now this is a little bit, this is their second mid-range stove. Well, I'm thinking about that. I got this written down here. I just got off their website. They have their light, the Solo Stove Light, which is a little bit smaller than this. And that is for 1 to 2 people. And it, on their website, goes for $69. The Titan is for 2 to 4 people. And it is listed at $89.99. Now, I caught mine on a Labor Day sale here just the other day, and I got mine for, I think it was right at $76, and very well spent, if I may add. Then they have the campfire, which is for 4 or more people, and that lists for $109.99, and still a very good value because for what you're getting with this biomass stove, depending on how many people you want to feed, for me it's going to be, like my wife and myself, if and when we ever really had to do a serious bug out, which I don't plan on doing myself. We're staying right here. Boom. But if I'm traveling, if I'm going to be gone for a weekend, I carry a bug out bag, a survival kit in my Jeep anyway. This will find its way in there if I'm going out of town. For sure. Because even though I've only cooked on this a couple of times, I'm sold. I've watched a lot of reviews of the guys out there, the gals, that have purchased these stoves, either the Light, the Titan, the Campfire, or the Bonfire. I haven't heard any bad reviews on this stove yet, or I wouldn't have bought it. So, with that being said, I purchased my stove. Bam, got it in the mail. Woo, couldn't wait to get home. I'm gonna cook me up some grub, and kind of looked at my stove. Got it set up. Kind of looked at it, figured out about what size wood I needed. Now, I burn wood in the wintertime, so I've got a wood pile. But if you're just out, if you've got something like this in your backpack or your survival kit, you just go out and you pick up some sticks off the ground, pine cones, just whatever you can burn. You throw it in this thing and you light it up, and you boil your water to sterilize it or cook your small meal, whatever it takes. It's gonna work. If you need to know how to start a fire to begin with, and I hope most of you out there do. So anyway, I come home, looked my new stove over, pulled out my give the razor saw a little plug here. Sexy, sexy. $19.95 at your local Lowe's and store. Nice little handsaw. I'll buy 3 of these. If one breaks, I've never had this thing break yet. If I'm going somewhere, I'm going to buy 3 of these things. Okay? I cut some oak down to length. And pulled out my BK9. Batoned some wood down to some nice chunks, about thumb size. And had some other little kindling, some twigs, and I think I used a cotton ball with some Vaseline, and I used my homemade fat wood with my ferrocenium rod, which I hope one day will make me famous, because now I've got true tinder and a fire starter. One of a kind right there. I'll be stealing all my ideas now. Okay? Get over here. Baton me down. Good couple of handfuls of some nice oak. Stuff my stove full of some shavings and twigs and cotton ball. Hit it with my ferro rod. Woo! Got me a fire going in this awesome stove. Cooked me up some grub the other night. Filled my belly. And for me, this is the perfect size. I love this. I love the Titan. It's awesome. And I can't say anything bad about it. You see I got a little patina going on there. With any wood burning fire, you're going to get a little bit of soot. I did get a little soot up around the top of the stove here on the fire ring. I washed it right off with a little Scotch-Brite, cold water, cleaned it up. My pot got a little sooted up too. And like I said, you're going to get that with any wood burning stove or even a campfire. Once again, a little dishwashing liquid and SOS pad or anything like that. It's going to clean that right up for you. General maintenance on a stove like this or your cookware. That's just general good housekeeping, and that's very important. Good housekeeping is very important. Keep some Scotch-Brite, some SOS pads, that sort of thing in your bug out bags for some quick cleanup. SOS pads are really good because they've already got the soap in them. Boom, 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 boom. Throw it in a little Ziploc bag. You can use it 2-3 times. And these things work very, very well. Maintenance on your stove, very simple. When this dies out, you've already had your meal and stuffed your face, and you're sitting by the campfire. And this is cool to the touch. You take your cook ring off, and you simply dump your ashes out. And you put this away. It comes with this nice little stuff sack. So if you can't get to, cleaning up a little carbon buildup on this right away, you put this in your stuff sack, and it keeps your pack clean until you can get to it. Now they sell also nesting pots for these. I personally have zebra pots. So this whole thing fits right down into my zebra pot with the stuff sack, and I can throw the whole thing in my pack. I can put my ferro rod in there, some fat wood, maybe a little bit of dry tinder, whatever, or throw some maybe some chicken bouillon and a little bag of rice in there or something for an emergency, and you've got something ready to go for you when you need it, so that you've got at least one meal, or you can even do 2 meals if you put some rice and 8 or 10 chicken bouillon. You can put a dozen chicken bouillons in there. They take up no room, and you can boil water and make a little chicken broth. Maybe we'll throw a little rice in there, make a nice little soup. It takes nothing at all. Just a little bit of thought beforehand to have everything in your kit before you head off maybe you're headed cross country, or you're headed to wherever. If you're headed from Maine to Arizona, and you break down, it happens. Or you get stuck up in Colorado. There's a good example. Is Colorado. You get stuck up in them mountain passes sometimes, and they get snow in March, and get a couple feet of snow. You get caught up on one of them back passes. And if you have something like this with 3 or 4 cups full of rice and 15 or 20 chicken bouillons, it's a lifesaver. It's going to keep you from getting hypothermia. You got all the woods out there, all that dry sticks hanging on them lower pines and what have you. You want to remember not to pick up anything off the ground because it's going to be wet and it's not going to burn very well. But you break them twigs off, and you're gonna have a fire in no time. You can keep some cotton balls with Vaseline, whatever kind of quick fires and all that kind of stuff in there. Very, very easy. If a little bit of forethought about, hey, if I get stuck somewhere, what am I gonna do, and will I be prepared? And that's the old Boy Scout motto: be prepared. And the Solo Stove, man, I wish I've had this for years, man. This is just a great product, and I'm super glad that I picked up the Titan. And I hope you do too, because if you're a survivalist, if you're a prepper, this is a must. So this is Sven from Common Sense Survival with a 2 thumbs up for the Solo Stove Titan. You got my vote 100%. I hope I got yours too. Common Sense Survival, this is Sven. God bless you. God bless America. Hey, God bless all the people down there in Houston and all the people down there in Florida with Irma that just went through. And I hope a few of you guys out there had, maybe a Solo Stove too to hold you over, because, man, I've seen the devastation down there. And this is something that, if it was coming my way, I would definitely want something like this, because this is just a lifesaver. God bless you all down there in those disaster areas. Once again, Sven here from Common Sense Survival. Thanks for checking me out. I hope you like my page. And I don't do a lot. I don't have a lot of fancy camera equipment. I just doing it here on my laptop. But I think about y'all, and I hope we survive when the shit hits the fan, because it's hitting the fan here and there and everywhere these days. So be prepared, people. Sven here from Common Sense Survival once again. Have a great night. Have a great day.